Richards continued in international cricket until 1991 and in county cricket until 1993. He was later knighted, the first Antiguan to receive a knighthood for services to cricket.
Viv Richards was a very competitive man, not just in cricket. He did a little bit of boxing before he became known as a great cricketer. He was very competitive in that as a footballer, very competitive, and of course on the cricket field playing with the West Indies, highly competitive and a very proud man of himself, his nation, and of course the region.
He came in to an outstanding West Indies team under Clive Lloyd, and he had Gordon Greenidge and Desmond Haynes opening the batting in front of him and others around him. But he was the key. He was the hub around which the batting revolved during his career and during that long period when West Indies dominated international cricket.
He was, he was a great inspiration to all, young and old, and he gave 120%, 130%. He just gave his all every time he went out there. I remember him taking it. He had a sort of back problem in Trinidad, and the doctor gave him some cortisone and so on. He could hardly walk, and he went out. He took the injection, went out and bat, and that's how much he loved West Indies cricket, and he loved this game of ours. So, he was just a great ambassador for the sport.
Many great batsmen have seemed like ordinary men until they took guard and began to ply their trade. Richards was different. He had an aura, a swagger that made it clear he was special, even as he sauntered to the crease.
He was the man, and he had that. He was known as Smoking Joe Frazier because of his similarity in build to the former heavyweight boxer, even from a young age when he first came into the team. And that's the kind of dominance that he had. That was a kind of attitude of a heavyweight boxer, that I'm coming to get you. No matter what happens, I don't mind how fast you are, how much you spin the ball, no matter what kind of conditions they are, I'm coming to get you. When he walked out, you had a feeling, a presence was there when Richards went out, and usually he converted.
Cool. Until you see him bat, really, then he explodes. I mean, you just know that watching him bat, he tries to give you this cool image of totally in charge all the time, but you can see that he really wants to give it such a belting, and that's that 1 millisecond that he changes from being a very cool customer to just letting everything out.
Viv Richards saw himself as an entertainer. When Viv Richards got 100, he didn't say to himself on too many occasions, I'm going to make this a double or I'm going to make this a triple. He thought with the West Indies team that he was in, when we got to 300 odd runs or over 300, that was a lot of runs for us with the bowling attack that we had. So there was no point in him sitting down and taking a new guard and talking about. He just started playing a few shots. Many times we would get 100, 130, 140, he's out. And the bowlers on the opposition team would breathe a sigh of relief to say, okay, he thinks he has had enough, great, let him go. Viv was just there to entertain.
Sir Vivian Richards played in 121 Test matches. He made 8,540 runs at an average of 50.23, including 24 centuries. In one-day internationals, he made 6,721 runs at an average of 47, with 11 centuries, and 118 wickets at an average of 35.83.
History will judge him as a great player. No two ways about it, because people would have seen him on video, people would have seen the shots that he played and seen him destroy bowling attacks. But at the same time, a few people might doubt, why didn't he get bigger runs? Why didn't he get doubles and triples? All I can say to them is he didn't get them because they weren't necessary.
Viv would have just given enormous pride to the Caribbean islands, and especially the island he was from, Antigua. Gave them real strength. I think everybody in the West Indies and the Caribbean were proud of that West Indian side. They were the best team in the world. They took some serious demantling as well, didn't they? I mean, they ruled the world for a long time.
Viv Richards made batting look so simple. Viv Richards was somebody who, when he went out to bat, you knew that you would be entertained. He would play his shots no matter what the position of his team, and he was explosive. It was unbelievable.
His record speaks for himself. It was great to have him in the side, because you knew you had somebody there who, regardless of the situation, could bring you back into the game.
He was so important, I think, for my career, and I'd like to think I was for his to a degree. Even when I was captain of England in the West Indies and we had all kinds of problems, he would take the time out to come and see me and sit me down and make sure it was all right, and anything he could do. And also, best player, in my opinion, that's ever lived.
Sir Vivian Richards, like Grace almost a century earlier, had a unique and commanding presence on the cricket field. For this and for his ability to produce astonishingly powerful innings and demoralize the finest bowling attacks, Sir Vivian Richards ranks among ESPN's legends of cricket.